Thrively opened up, okay? Well, we're going to get it started because it is 1:06. I know people are going to be joining because some of the sessions are running a little bit longer, but I'm so glad that you guys are here. And if you have any questions, just unmute yourself and ask me because I think that's going to be the easiest thing. You will not interrupt me by any means. I'm here to help. So go ahead and open up your Thrively account. I'm going to do the same. And as you already know, the best or the easiest way to do it, here, sorry, I have a mess on my screen. I always have my students saying, Mrs. Goulding, you have so many apps or tabs open. They're so funny. Okay, so go to Thrively and just click on Thrively. You should automatically already be in. And what I'm going to focus on today are two really amazing things that my students have loved about Thrively. I really like everything about it. Okay, so if you look here at, give me a thumbs up if everybody's on already. Awesome. Okay, so when you look at my class, you click on it and you're going to be able to see your classes right here. So mine is called Valia's fifth grade, and you can see their names. You can see some of the inspiring things that they want to be, like if they want to be, Deja wants to be a chef, Gian wants to be a card designer, Jackie wants to be an artist. But one of the things that I really, really love about this is that if you take a look here on the left side, you see insights, badges, journals, activities, and so forth. Take a look at insights because you can do a little class snapshot of what interests and strengths and aspirations your students have. So what I really, really love to see is their aspirations. Sometimes we don't have enough time to ask them, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? And the other amazing thing is that when you're doing your report cards, what I like to do is come and look at their strengths to see where these students fell on as far as analytical, academic, if they're compassionate and so forth. So the first report card that I sent out, I included all their children's strengths in the report cards. And that was really valuable for me. The other thing I want you to look at is right here again, where, oops, gotta change my mouse here. Insights, where you look at the strengths and interest breakpoints. This is gonna be important because this is where I used in order to get them into group projects. I'm going to teach you how to do that. So if you're ready to get your students into group projects, I strongly encourage you to just follow the steps that I'm going to do so they can be ready. And what I looked at was that, okay, there's 21 that have flexibility, 14 that are verbal, but then what I was really, really focusing in was right here, this, especially with this pandemic going on, the compassion. And I noticed that 13 of my students, that's almost half of them, a little bit under half, have a lot of compassion. And so when I clicked on to see who these students were, well, at first it gives me a breakdown of what compassion means. And then it gives me a list of what 13 students had compassion. And so I was able to use this information to look at what type of a group activity I wanted to create for the students. And so what I mean by that is that when you go back up here, you see journals, you see activities, you see projects, sparks, pathways. These are all incredible. But today I want to focus on the projects. You click on projects, and then you'll get to pick your grade level right up here. So mine is 3rd to 5th, but you can go above or beyond just depending on your type of students. And I used that checklist from my insights to create my project with my students. And so there's so many different projects here. Last year, this comic book project was a huge success. So I'm going to go ahead and just before I show you what my current students are doing now, I'm going to show you what the past students did just really briefly. So this is the comic book. Last year I had I'm not kidding you, I had at least 7 students that were really into graphic novels. And so this was such an inspiration, especially after COVID happened. What I loved about this was that when you click on it, my teams were already, this is just team 1. It had 1, 2, 3 boys and 1 girl. And this was really powerful because most of the boys thought that, oh, it's just boys that are into graphic novels. But I had Lana, who was an amazing artist, who also was into it. And so I said, hey, what about the girls? And so they opened her up. I mean, they invited her with open arms. And what I loved about this is that you don't need to create Zoom meetings. They don't need to create any other type of meeting outside of school, because everything that their collaboration is all kept right here on the left side. And so their collaboration can be posted. You can add a picture down below. You see this down here. They can upload media. They can record themselves. They're just their voice, or have a video recording. And that to me was really powerful because let me just go ahead and play on one of the students. Let me click on one of the students and see what he was saying.
Ready. So, what should we discuss and what should be changed about the storyline?
The little brother was always wanting to learn from him. So they actually, you can see that they're on task. You can see that they're asking questions. They're checking in with themselves. Some of them were like, sorry, I woke up late. I wasn't able to meet. But let's see, where was it where they really got into the storyline? And especially Nathaniel, he was one of the leaders here.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So, let's start on a comic.
He was just welcoming them in. But if you really had time to explore this group, you could see where they were talking about the characters, they were talking about the setting, they were talking about surprise and the ending, and they really were on task, and they created such an amazing book. But you could see that there's 5 activities here. As they finish them, they're supposed to click them off before they even move on to the next one, but they kind of sometimes forgot to do that, obviously, you could tell. But so there's 5 activities, and then you can see how many people are in the team. And then all the artifacts are right here. So basically all the media that was uploaded, all the videos that were uploaded, anything that was uploaded will be saved as an artifact for that group. And the beautiful thing too, that you can monitor it. So if there's an inappropriate chat, you can delete it and have a conversation with them. So let me go ahead and show you. And you can create your own project. You don't have to do these projects, and there's a little video how to use the projects here if you, and there's also create a project right here. So the one that I created with my students was World Hunger, because remember that list that I showed you from my insights when I broke it down with strengths and interests and breakdowns? Well, I realized, you know what, this is a time where compassion is going to be really important. So I looked through the projects that already existed, and I thought, wow, this would be powerful for them to learn and be empathetic with other people. So I just tried it yesterday. So the beauty about these is that you can see there's 5 groups, 5 teams. The other one was just 1 team. So you can assign the same project to all the teams, or just assign 1 project to 1 team and another project that is completely different to another team. But this time I decided to assign the same project to 5 different teams. So when you click over here, and I'm going to show you really quickly how to set it up. But when you click on the teams, then you can see their chat. And this one I love. This is, let's see what she said here, Camille.
Hello, this is Camille. What I'm planning to do is that we go on Thursday and watch the video. We need to take some organized notes and make a small video on representing the questions according to the video. It's fine if you make a mistake, just relax and continue the show. Try your best and you'll succeed. Evan, I haven't heard from you, so please respond when you're free. Thank you guys for cooperating. Please do your best and don't panic or stress. Got this. This is Camille online. Oh, and also thank you, Julie, for telling me that it's not part of the jump thing because I kind of got distracted earlier. Bye-bye.
So this just happened yesterday. So look what, because I just assigned this yesterday for them, and they are, she's like a mini me, like breathe, we can make mistakes, it's okay, don't stress, let it go. And just such an amazing job that this group did. And so then you could see how they compare, like here's another, okay, where's my other group? Sorry, now what's going on with my, oh, okay. Thrively wants to confirm that. No, I don't want to delete anything. Sorry. So, and now this group, I mean, look at this. They already started uploading like what's malnutrition. Then look at this. She watched a video and she said, after watching this video, what does war have to do with it? Shows why we need to be grateful for what we have. Just because Syria's crazy weather, it causes families not to be able to get food. But it made me happy that the United Nations food program helped people in need. I mean, and that's exactly what I was aiming for, empathy. And when I saw this group in progress, and again, I just assigned this yesterday. Okay, and you see what an amazing job they're doing. You're just like, hallelujah, and they're collaborating. And so one of the things that you can do, so let me go back to see the other projects. So let's say that let's say you want to do traveling with strengths and tell the story of a time when you used your strengths to take the road less traveled. This is a really good one too. So you start the project right here. And now you can see that there's 5 activities. And then, this tells you that this is the collaboration feed. And again, it tells you that you can take a picture, upload media, record audio, or record video. But up here, you can see that it's 5 activities. And it's discover, define, ideate, create, and engage. Those are the 5 activities. When you come to the teams, you have a couple of options. You can do it independently or in small groups. I chose small groups. After you select the small groups, you press start. You make sure that you have your class selected, and you can do auto create teams. I'll be honest, that's what I did with yesterday's assignment, because then it was really easy for me to remove some of the students and place them into another team. Or you can use the list and say, you know what, these students are really, really passionate. I'm not going to do auto create. I'm going to go ahead and manually create my own team and select the students that are really, really passionate and put them all in one team. But if you're doing it for the first time, just do the auto create, and then you decide how many students are going to be working together. I think I chose 5 or 6 because I was afraid some kids were not going to have computer access, and I wanted to make sure there was some dialogue going on. And then you add the students, and voila, then it's already set. You want me to do it, or do you guys have let me stop. Any questions?
I have a question, Angelica. So you're showing us projects that are already in the system.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming there's a way for us, I'm really thinking like STEM specifically,
Mm-hmm.
like to set up like the design thinking process through 5 or 6 lessons. Like we can create our own project.
Oh,
That's
yes.
what create a project is, right?
Yes, right here. You go to create my new project. You click on it. You just name it. You give the purposes, your objectives, what skills, if you want, grades, and then you see, and then you can upload the image, and it's going to prompt you to add the stuff. So for STEM, and then Carrie and Natalie, since you're both VAPA and STEM, you can actually see the dialogue. Whereas when you set them to work apart and you have to create a slide and then you have to upload the slide and everything, and here you just see it immediately and you automatically know who's on, because if they are on, let me go back to my other project. Okay, there's going to be a little dot, a green dot that tells you that oops, what did I do wrong? Hopefully I didn't delete it. There we go. So let's see if any of my students are on. You go to the teams. Oh, here, Jose right here has a green dot. That means that he's actually on right now. So he's live. Over here, Sophia and Yurik are both on, because this was part of their independent work. Oh, look at this team. They have 3 out of 5 people on right now. And so that to me is so powerful. This one has three people on as well. And it's so powerful because you can immediately see who's engaged and who's not. And when you start reading their feedback or what, oh, look, there's 3 new messages here, or maybe that was part of it. Okay, you can automatically see what's going on, what they're saying, and then delete inappropriate things. I left messages yesterday. I think, what did I leave here? Wow, such amazing dialogue. You are really diving into the cause. You make me so proud. So you immediately give them the feedback. And this is just a day and a half of work right now. So you can explore the projects. They have art, the comic books. They have building bridges. These are already done for you. Engineering solutions, so many things here. Career research, serving the community. Any other questions?
There's one from Lisa in the chat. Do you want to read it, or you want me to just read it? Where do
Can
you
read it for me? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where do you push out the interest strength assessments for the first time?
Oh, okay, good question. So you have to navigate that with them once they go on. Oh gee, what's going on here? Oh, here we go. So you click on your name and then see the assessments. Oops, sorry. You have the Thrively assessment. I have some things blocking it, so hold on. I'm sorry, let me move these. So you have the Thrively assessment. I don't know why. You have the Midas multiple intelligence and habits of mind. I'm working to have them take the Midas and the habits of mind, but it's the Thrively strength assessment. I do encourage you to run the question, like do it together. Like, okay, boys and girls, I'm going to read the question and then you answer it. Because some of the questions are kind of high level thinking where there might be some confusion. So if you want an accurate Thrively strength assessment test or results, I'm sorry, then you might want to read it and say, well, what do you guys think this means? Now be honest with honestly respond. And it might take you a few days to do it, but then your results will be really more true to that student. Good question. Any other questions? Go ahead and unmute yourself and let me know. No?
I just have a question about uploading all your kids. Were they already in there, or did you transport them from Google Classroom or import them?
No, my students were already there. They should, now you and Carrie are considered specialists.
Okay.
Okay, so since you might have to sort them out. I'm not sure how yours are showing up, Carrie. Are they showing up by class?
So if I go to my class, it allows me to choose by teacher. So like if I choose, like I already looked in Angelica's, but I don't think every teacher at the school is doing Thrively, or
right. And that's kind of sad. It makes me sad that they're not, because it has so many amazing things. I mean, this is just one asset.
But it's really cool, Natalie, because I mean, we know our kids so well, but like I can go into a specific teacher's class and see like the first thing that comes up, you know, they have their little picture and their name, but then it says aspiring to be, and it's it gives you a little taste of what they want. And it's so much,
Yeah.
it's so nice to be able to tap into that.
That's great. Yeah, okay, yeah, I see I have a lot. I have like probably 3 or 4 classes that have taken the strengths assessment, but then I don't know if all of them are on there, and then some haven't done anything in it yet, but they show up. So that would be cool. Well, I could do that, as part of a STEM lesson, just to get
And
everybody on.
Natalie, and you could encourage the homeroom teacher to give the assessment to the students. Because that's really, this is so powerful for them. So when my students first took the assessment, again, I'm going to go back to, let's see where my class is right here, to the overview. So the students actually went to look at what their top strengths were, and they made a poster. I wanted them to own their strengths. It wasn't just about like, oh, I have coordination, I have focus, and analytical. Well, what is it? What does all that mean? So they actually, that was one of the assignments, that they had to go and make a self-portrait of themselves using these strengths so that they could get familiar with these powerful words. I called them their 5 superpowers. And I can share that with you. And so now, that was one of the first things that I did after they took the test, just so they could fully acknowledge what they were. So then when you click on them, they have access to this. Well, what does coordination mean? Well, right here. And then there's other links that take you to build on this strength. And so that to me was so powerful. I mean, how many years did I have to wait as an adult to see something like this about myself? And I'll be honest, I think I was in college, my first year in college, I took some sort of test. And I wish I had this when I was a kid, but it's there, it's sitting there for teachers to use in a real powerful way. And I'm hoping that they can.
Awesome. I love it. I thought that the way they can collaborate on projects is just, wow. I'm so excited about this. I've been looking for something like this. I had no idea that Thrively was the answer. I knew there was a lot of stuff that I don't know about Thrively. So I'm just so happy that I came to your session.
I'm glad. Well, I hope that you all can take something away. I don't know if I've gone over or not my minutes, but it is a real powerful tool. The other one that I just wanted to touch base really quickly is journals. So, sometimes you have a bazillion and one journals, you have a slideshow that you present and write something here, or maybe you're collaborating on a Jamboard and it's all over the place. Well, here you can actually click on the journals and you could see when I assign them certain things, like a matter of ethics. We were talking about that for a long time. And the question is, what are your ethical values? Describe a time when, I'm not sure what the rest of the question is there. Let's see. Well, let's go ahead.
One of my ethical values is to have perseverance and try to do better than the other day. And one ethical experience that I've had is, some of my friends were playing one day, I think I was in 3rd grade, and they were playing an inappropriate game, and they asked me if I wanted to play with them, and I was like, no. So I thought about it, like, should I tell on them even though they're my friends, or should I just keep it a secret? So I ended up telling on them, and I feel like it's the wrong thing to do.
That's my student right now, and she's just truly amazing. But see, it's so there's so many things that it has that it offers, where you can immediately see how they're feeling, how they're thinking. And then let's see this one. That's not
do the kids have access to each other's videos on the journal, or just when you're collaborating in a project?
Only when you're collaborating, or if you shared them together. But then you can also create your own journal entry. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. I apologize about that dog. Hold on. Sorry. So when you come, sorry, here we go, journals. You can actually create your own journal. So you go to create, put the name, write the prompt, and that way, let's say it's a writing prompt, or any type of prompt really. and then you push it out to them, and all kids in my classroom can see each other's journal. But if you want them to,
Oh,
that's when you click it.
okay,
Mhm.
great.
But so many powerful tools that it's got. For
Angelica, for that journal, like you were just showing the, you know, the whether they can see it or not, do you have to switch that for like every question? Will it prompt you every single question? Because if you want some that they can have access to and some they don't, or
you mean as far as all the students seeing the same response?
yes, yes.
You hold the power. If you're creating it, you as a teacher determine if everybody's going to be able to see each other's or not.
When
So like
create
if you
it, okay.
wanted them to not see each other's, that's a private question, then you would just post a new journal with that question.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Mhm. Yes. And so I have one student who said, what did he just learn? Why did he select this spark and something else? And let's see what he said. This is a bunch of cool stuff to check out. You can fool around in a dance party or be serious by doing the advanced coding stuff. You should try it. It'll be fun. This is Tyler. So, you know, that was for the code of the hour of code. But yeah, so this is like I said, it's really a powerful application that students actually enjoy. And there's even if you visit Pathways, you can explore, you know, what is being an actor or an actress really like, and how much money do they actually make. Some of them will have it. This one does not for some reason. Let me go back to one that did. So yesterday we were exploring a few, but it has videos, and that's what's really important, because how many times do kids really get to see the video? These are already vetted. So you don't have to go around and, oh my goodness, like I have to find a clean video. These are, everything that's in Thrively is already 100% vetted. And sometimes, unfortunately, because it might not be playing anymore because it was selected a long time ago, and it might not be on the YouTube anymore, or wherever the link was coming from. So, oops, let's see, how do I close this right here? But any other questions before I close it out?
I have a question. How do you push out your Thrively assignments? Do you put it in Google Classroom and say, go to Thrively and do this, or they just have to always check Thrively and see what's new?
No, I remind them. So for instance, I'll share with you really quickly my Google Classroom. So you could see how I pushed the assignment that they were doing right here at Thrively. I just pushed it out. It was really simple instructions because we're practicing on listening and reading and following directions, which is kind of a challenge so far. But I just said, go to Hello ID, click on Thrively.
Okay.
And I just, that was pretty much it. So it's already on their calendar, and it just took a few seconds to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot to check to see if it is on, no, I don't think it's linked to Google Classroom yet, but it has a whole bunch of things like the lessons. You can actually do lessons here too. Some of the lessons are the 6 P's of Genius Hour, and it's already done for you. This is the matter of ethics. That's the one that I did with my students already. What is Genius Hour? 23 strengths, analytical. So this is where they actually go and learn more about their strengths. And there's so much more, but hopefully you guys found this useful. Don't forget, just dive into it. I highly encourage you to go into the insights, look at their strengths and interests breakdown, and then based on that, kind of go determine what type of projects you want to assign them according to grade levels, and just dive right into it. I wouldn't waste any time, and I just let it automatic create your groups if that's easiest, and then you can move kids around if you notice, oh, these two don't go together. But thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Angelica. I've been wanting to learn about this, so thank you.